Well, scientists have broken new ground in the search to cure Alzheimer's, offering new hope to millions of Americans suffering with the disease. Researchers at Duke University think they have found what causes Alzheimer's and now might be able to target it with drug treatments. They observed that in Alzheimer's, immune cells that normally protect the brain instead begin to consume a vital nutrient called arginine. By blocking this process with a drug, they're able to prevent the formation of plaques in the brain that are characteristic of the disease.
I believe when it comes to clean technology and renewables, we're truly at a transformational moment in time. There are growing energy needs around the world. We have the ability to meet those needs in a sustainable way. I believe, and many others do, that it's one of the largest and most compelling emerging market opportunities in the world. Why would we refer to clean technology and renewables as an emerging market? Energy has been ubiquitous for over 100 years. Coal, natural gas, and oil have been widely available and generally affordable, at least in developed markets like ours. But they won't be forever. All of those are finite resources. We have a growing global population. But interestingly, and more importantly perhaps, the per capita consumption of energy is going to approach that of developed countries, and that will put a big strain on conventional sources of energy. That's why we believe that clean technologies and renewable technologies will be so interesting going forward. Financial institutions have a vital role in developing the renewables industry. Over $600 billion has been invested in this sector to date, and we think that number will double over the next 10 years. By 2020, we think renewables will require $395 billion on an annual basis. Goldman Sachs finds this market to be incredibly compelling, and for that reason, a couple of years ago, we formed a new group called the Clean Technology and Renewables Group. Our mission simply is to advise, finance, and invest in the premier clean tech companies globally. As a firm, we have invested $4 billion and financed over $24 billion to date. We've just set a target to invest and finance another $40 billion over the next 10 years.
Hey guys, today we're back to talk about the future of gaming. While the Xbox One and PS4 are getting all the press recently, what we're learning now is that the consoles are only one small piece of the puzzle when it comes to the immersive capabilities that technology will be bringing to the table in the near future. To get a better insight on what a truly next-gen experience will look like, we have to look at a bunch of different technologies and how they will all work together. And for that, we turn to Kickstarter. The first piece of the puzzle, and the one that has gotten the most attention, is the Oculus Rift. Originally a project on Kickstarter that successfully raised a whopping $2.4 million, the Rift has now opened up to broader funding and managed to secure an additional $16 million to help realize the product's full potential and bring it to everyone as soon as possible. The consumer version will feature at least a 1080p display, which all but eliminates the screen door effect common with lower resolution displays. The Oculus already provides an incredible amount of immersion and realism, but you're still left controlling your character in a game with a controller or keyboard-mouse combo. To eliminate this problem, Texas-based company Virtuix has introduced the Omni to Kickstarter, and it's already raised close to $1 million. The Omni allows you to physically walk, run, and jump around in games by using a low-friction surface in combination with custom-made shoes with grooves on the bottom. The next crazy piece you can add to the puzzle is the Air Egg, or, as real as it gets, haptic feedback suit, which can actually stimulate muscle contractions and let you actually feel everything that happens in the game. When you combine all these technologies together, and you can be sure they eventually will be, you'll have a gaming experience so unbelievably realistic, it will completely change our very conception of gaming. And that's where everything seems to be headed at this point.
Is there anybody out there? The Kepler telescope has begun its search to find the answer to that age-old question.
Liftoff of the Delta II rocket with Kepler.
Lighting up the sky over Florida, the successful takeoff buoyed those back at base. NASA is billing this as an incredible project, launching the largest ever camera into space. Once in orbit and released, Kepler will be aimed at a star-rich swathe in our Milky Way galaxy. Using special detectors like those in digital cameras, it will look for slight dimming in the stars as planets pass by. Kepler is the first instrument designed solely to hunt Earth-sized planets, moving in areas where the temperature is right for water to exist. And of course, water is essential for life as we know it.
What you're actually looking for is variations in the light intensity of about 0.001%. You know, it's the equivalent of being able to see a fly across the headlights. You know, this is a very, very capable instrument. You know, if this can't find small planets, we're going to have to build something very much better than this one.
NASA was desperate for a hitch-free launch after the recent failure of another first. A satellite designed to track global warming was lost on takeoff. But hopes of pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge have been raised again. After its 3-year mission, it's hoped Kepler will be able to provide long-sought clues as to whether other life forms exist.